right. Welcome to the emergency episode. Welcome to the emergency episode that everyone needs an Aquarius. Y'all usually get us every other week, but you know, as Dom says, it's always shit happening right after we record. But normally we just wait to the next show. But this one,
back to back to back.
Title, we had to come back. We had to come back. We had to come back. Chris Brown fights Usher.
Or do we call him Chris Brown?
Are we calling him Breezy?
Do we call him Chris Brown because he a blood?
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's a blood now. I don't know if that works for professional career wise. Do you like move the blood stuff over into professionalism? All our bloods that are listeners, we gain a lot more listeners. If you are a blood, please in the comments let me know if the C changed to a B. Does that apply within a professional domain? Like, do you do that when you go to work? If your name is, Chris Carter, do you go Briss Barter? Is your new name? Like, is that your new name now?
Yeah, that's just Chris. I have so much to say.
Yeah, I mean, so Chris, for some people, so we do have UK listeners, some of them may know, I'm assuming everybody knows at this point, but Chris Brown allegedly gets into a tussle with Usher at the party, his skating party that Usher threw for him over something with Tiana Taylor professional-wise, to keep you all encapsulated and what's going on. Dom, now you can go, just since I level set the table.
Okay. This has just been a very interesting weekend for Chris Breezy. Also, I'm like, Mercury has been in fucking retrograde, right? So none of us had Chris Brown gets into tussle. Yeah, no, tussle's my favorite word with Usher. Like, to me, okay. We understand the concept of clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, immediately when I saw the headline, I was like, this is not true.
Because somebody would have video of it.
Right? Mm-hmm. So eventually, video surfaces from the inside. And all I know is that I hear Chris Brown say, fuck her. And you see Usher trying to kind of diffuse the situation a little bit. And like you said, this apparently has something to do with like Tiana Taylor, Chris Brown have like fallen out, right now. And they're really good friends, and friends fall out. So this has something to do with the American Music Awards performance being pulled. And I guess she's pretty much has ghosted him since this whole incident has happened. And so I don't know if he's necessarily tried to reach out to her prior. But here's where I play devil's advocate as an Aquarius.
Let's go.
If we beefing and somebody invites me to something that you are doing, I'm not going. Mm-hmm. Just solely because there's a temperature check that needs to happen. And I want to allow you to have your moment. I want you to have your moment. I want you to have fun. We can talk afterwards. We can talk before, whatever, but I'm not going because of that. Because now, because this has happened, this adds a layer to it. Another layer, because now he kind of got an answer to Iman about what was all that heat, all that smoke that you had for my wife.
For my old lady. For my old lady.
So, and then on top of that, you go to his event and then you ignore him. Devil's advocate. Now, here on the flip side, Chris Brown, your ass is too fucking old to be acting like this. And this is coming from a diehard Chris Brown fan that has been supporting Chris Brown since Run It dropped. At concerts, in St. Louis, I had a huge Chris Brown, like, you remember when Sam Goody existed and they used to put the album covers in the window? I had a homegirl at the time, well, a former homegirl.
mentioning used to be friends.
Yeah, used to be friends. I'm like, in the words of Chris Brown, fuck her. That she had given to me. you know, and by this time, I'm probably too old to be putting posters on my wall because, like, now I'm going into high, you know, like I'm in college. I'm going into college, and Chris Brown is on my wall. I'm too old, too old. And so it's time for him to grow up. He has to fucking grow up, right? We've been giving Chris Brown a pass for a very, very long time, right? And there were some incidents, honestly, that we probably either forgot about had happened or they kept it hush enough. But think about, like, we have the Rihanna situation. We're gonna go down quick timeline because let's not forget.
Let's go the timeline of Chris Brown via Dom. Let's go.
All right, so we have the incident that happens with him and Rihanna. He's like 17, 18 years old, right? And Chris Brown kind of goes dark, so does Rihanna. But here's the thing is that right after this happens, a few weeks, you know, later, once, you know, a few months later, because Rihanna really wasn't seen in public until it was like months later. When she comes out in public, who's she with? Chris Brown, right?
Yep.
Which is typical for those types of relationships where abuse sometimes is involved. You go back. Also, we learned that on both sides, also, I was very deep into the gossip blog game. Prior to the incident, I heard about a lot of things that were transpiring in that relationship where they were abusive to each other, and it kind of initially started at the hands of Rihanna. Also, not pointing fingers and giving Chris a pass, right?
I think people kind of
and they talk about it.
Yeah.
They come out, they talk about it. Because even at one point when they went to like Barbados and they had like a rental car, when they took the rental car back, the glass was broken, like was cracked in the like passenger side window, one of the windows. But how they said the damage was, it was from the inside, not the out. So it wasn't like a rocket hit the car or something. So clearly something happened in the inside of this car. So whatever. Then we have Rihanna appearing with the eye patch. So this was the history between them. We learned that both of them come from spaces where their parents were both in abusive relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
So they have seen violence happening where it's kind of normalized. Like, this is how we handle stuff, whatever. All right. So we move on from the situation. They both do their interviews. You know, Rihanna has moved on from it, has told she's over it, she's forgiven him. We need to let it go. Cool. Chris Brown has continuously done things. And also, you're an easy target now. Just saying. Also, so when he gets convicted of the state, Rihanna did not press charges. The state of California pressed charges against Chris Brown. He was found guilty, right? Mm-hmm. So they gave him community service. Fail number one. I feel like if you're going to give somebody community service like that, I feel like this country does not believe in rehabilitating people. No. Because Chris Brown should have went to therapy. He was young enough where he was still impressionable, where it would have made a huge impact on his life. And his mother should have fought for that too. But we're going to circle back to the mama. Ooh. I don't know because I always have felt like
she's an enabler.
He was so young, his mama should have had a better hold on him, or his daddy, because though his parents
Is his daddy not around? His daddy around? Oh, okay.
But his daddy more off grid. His daddy be more off grid, but his daddy, he know his daddy. They be around. He be around.
Okay.
So I felt like both his parents, to a certain extent, had failed him also because he was so young, and they should have consistently been around him, watching him, looking at, you know, kind of similar to how you have people like Beyonce, so long, where their family is always around to kind of keep them grounded. Mm-hmm. Because Chris Brown gets worse. So eventually he enters into a relationship with Karrueche. You would hear little whispers about different things that would happen here and there, but you could never really prove it. Gets into this relationship with Karrueche. Seems like he might have a codependency issue as well. And doesn't like when people want to leave. I think he doesn't
like. He doesn't like the fact that they like. It's like,
yeah, can't process that, and that's a whole nother conversation. I ain't gonna put her business out there. But as they break up, don't forget that he put out a video saying that he was in love with both of them at the same time. And when she wanted to finally leave, she left. Then they got back together. Then he had a baby on her. Then she was like, done. Don't forget, she found out when we found out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Damn, Chris.
So then you come to find out that he was, verbally abusive to her in their relationship.
Yeah, I knew that.
And I'm trying to remember if he did put hands on her, but I know she was.
I mean, allegedly they were saying. I mean, they was trying to say that maybe. I'm not sure. I mean,
right. I can't fully remember.
He doesn't.
But we do know that he
be able to defend him, though.
Right.
It's like I believe him. Like, just because you haven't given me any reason to give you any benefit of the doubt.
Right. And so from there, he's popping up the clubs, harassing, stalking, threatening to fight friends, and all these different things because he want to talk to her. She's changed the number, changed the locks, all these different things. Not cool. She's granted a restraining order against him as well. From there, it just continues to spiral out of control. Don't forget the time that he went to rehab, where it was a court order, and they ultimately had kicked him out because I think the court ordered him. I don't even think he completed that order because he got kicked out and because the mama wanted him to stay longer. And he got mad. And as she was driving away,
hold on.
He threw a brick or rock at her windshield and shattered her windshield.
I'm trying to look that up now.
Yes. So you had this history of abuse. And I'm not like, and so you make yourself like this easy target because don't forget also when he was at Good Morning America, when he was, Dane Carucci. And this falls back on his publicist because they supposed to send the questions before he got asked about the Rihanna situation and he got frustrated with Robin. And then when he went back to the dressing room, remember he threw the chair at the window and it cracked the window.
Right. That's right.
So you got anger management issues. You low key might be manic bipolar.
He could be because how many children does he have?
3 and 3 different baby mamas.
Of course he does. I mean, that's standard for the facilities, I'm not mad at. I mean, I'm gonna say that's not a surprising thing, but
and so the situation, and of course, I guess I could to a certain extent I can give the blog some credit for not saying that, making the headline, Chris Brown cusses out Tiana Taylor or whatever, right? Because that would look utterly, like disgusting. And ultimately he wanted her to leave. Okay, I get it. This is my party. We not talking. We kind of beefing right now. Why you here? You do need to leave. I can fuck with you on that. But the exaggeration, like, if he had really gotten into a fight with Usher, because by now we all have seen the photos of, Usher, ain't nothing wrong with Usher at all. And had they really gotten into a fight and his crew had jumped him at an event that he threw for him, and Usher has continuously had Chris Brown back. So at some point,
it's you, B. As they say,
it's you. You have not made the best decisions and choices in your life, and things have consequences. And at some point, you have to be accountable. Because then, right after that, it was another headline saying that, he was about to fight somebody at the concert, which ultimately you could tell in that video. When I watched the video, I was like, I don't think this was happening because you could see his hand, like him saying something, but pushing back. And, ultimately he was like, they was trying to be dramatic about some shit. I was trying to tell people, like, that's cool, but my kid is here. My kid is here. So, like, take that somewhere else, which ultimately, yes. But also, it's like, when are you gonna, like, grow up? And like we've talked about before, a few months ago, when him and Chloe had the single, and he did get caught in the crossfire of that. And he is right. There are a lot of abusers that get redemption, but Chris, we have given you redemption time and time and time again.
Oh, it's been horribly a whole bunch of them. Like,
and again, I love Chris Brown. I enjoy his music. Listening
I'm not the biggest Chris Brown fan. I'll be the first one to admit.
Hey, I purchased albums. He had me on Heartbreaking on the Full Moon where it was 45 tracks. Couldn't do it.
Nope. The last song I like from Chris Brown, there's an album track, Mirage.
Yeah.
With Nas.
Yeah. That's on, I think that's on Fortune.
Yeah. And I like the SWV. And there's the only two songs I like post Rihanna. Is that one and the SWV remix to She Ain't You. Those are the only two Chris Brown songs I've liked.
Young like
These Hoes Ain't Loyal?
No. Young like No Guidance?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's the one with him and Drake. I don't wanna play no games, games. But I'll give you my last name.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a cool joint. I thought that was on Drake's album.
Let me tell you.
Oh, I like the little Gunner joint with him. Is it Gun? No, not Gunner. Yeah, I like that little joint. Only reason I like that is, did you ever seen them African dudes dancing to it?
No.
Yeah, it's like like they like trying to do like a little routine, and they like in the kitchen, and they going hard. And that's the first time. I never really tripped up, but they were so passionate about they doing their dances and stuff. I gotta find this.
Okay, I'm gonna say this also,
and that's what made me like the song.
I will tell you what's confusing about the whole Chris Brown thing too. I've been in a lot of spaces because I used to know one of his former like proteges, and we met when I first moved to LA. So I would be in spaces often where, you know, like you would run into Chris. And Chris is genuinely, when I tell y'all this, like genuinely one of the nicest people you will probably meet. He's so nice. He is so nice. So that's why the bad boy thing is just like, it's weird. And you need some form of therapy. Like they are so nice.
Really? Wow. Okay. I mean,
so nice. You have people, some, you know, like I have homegirls said the same thing. And I've, like I said, multiple times, always nice, always speak. Hey, how you doing? You good? Blah, blah, blah. Engaging in comment. So nice. Just regular. And that's why you want so much more. And I guess at the end of the day, he's still low-key Southern Hospitality. Where he from? Tappahannock, Virginia. That's technically,
yeah.
You know, so people, you know, people have manners or whatever. But it just gets confusing. It gets lost. And then
don't think he's from Virginia anymore, because he's more from California than Virginia.
Yeah. Now he would be technically, because technically,
he's a blood now. I
know. But it's also,
I've seen the bloods in Tappahannock, Virginia. Now our Virginia brothers and sisters I know there are bloods and Crips in Richmond. So before somebody goes say it ain't no bloods and Crips in Virginia. There are some in Richmond, I know about that, but I'm just saying in general, there's not Bloods and Crips in Virginia. But
the thing, also the thing with Chris Brown too is just like, you clearly are like, I don't know, I'm a person, you know, like I'm an empath and I pick up on energy, and like I said, like you could tell, like through that, like he does kind of, you know, he does have a light, but I feel like he is not aware of his light. And I know that sounds very hippie-ish, but I don't think he's aware of his light, and because clearly he has a purpose. And so when you get lost in the shadows, you start doing things, and so you have clouded judgment, and so you clearly are using something else other than Mary Jane. But you can tell.
It's some nose candy going on here now. I think
so it's one thing. Okay, yes, people do that out here. Like you go to the club, but it seems like where it has caused you can't even stand still.
That's true.
And I will say this, even when he was like younger, and maybe it's like a nervous problem, like he was nervous because like even when he was super young, when he would talk, like he would kind of like move like it so, and he could be, but you're clearly medicating in a form that is not healthy. And if you keep on this path.
So my question for you within this is Chris Brown's career, I want to say, is it effectively over? Does this doesn't help?
If Chris Brown needs crisis PR, and if Chris Brown knew what was good for him, Chris Brown would genuinely go get help. And then on top of that, like, you had this chaotic weekend and your homeboy get killed in Miami. His homeboy Low.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And everybody know Low out here. Like that's so funny because like that's his Instagram handle, Low. And I was like, when I saw it, I was like, yo, like I know Low too.
He got shot in Miami, or something else happened?
He got shot in Miami in a club. And they said what they said, and it was intentional.
Like the person was
like, oh, they
coming
was
for him.
Caught in the crossfire. He was caught in the crossfire. What I'm hearing is that it was very intentional.
Damn.
Chris Brown need to lay low and go to rehab and get his life.
He needs to take like 2 years off, to be honest. Like 2 years off, and only come out for Christmas album songs. Like you won't lose total traction. Come out with a do this Christmas every Christmas, just to remind people that you still around. Like holiday music, like just just a festive time and cheer. But
you want to know who should probably have a conversation with him? This is so.
I mean, you would think it would have been Usher.
but Usher ain't gonna be able to fully relate because Usher ain't never dabbled in the powder.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown need to talk to him.
Ooh, I was thinking about that.
Bobby Brown needs to have a conversation with Chris Brown because Chris Brown, the level, even with the bad publicity.
Bobby Brown is an OG. You think?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm just asking because
I would say that because even with, like I said, all the bad press, Chris Brown's still a superstar. I don't think but like I said, when you don't realize your light and who you are and what's happening, and you're doing things and you're lost in the darkness, Chris Brown lost. He needs somebody that can relate to talk to him. And it would be Bobby Brown. Because Bobby Brown, I mean, and I love
Bobby probably even feeling like I was wilding out even more. Bobby probably like I was wilding out even more than you. There's when no cameras around.
Yeah. And ultimately, if you don't get it together, it's not gonna end well for you. And you got 3 kids, because now it's just not about you no more. It's about you, but it's not about you no more. You got 3. You got a child and toddlers. Like, get it together, because they ain't gonna have a daddy. That's and I don't like saying that. I don't like speaking that. But I believe in his talent. I believe that he is valuable. And I feel like if Chris Brown could really do the work and get clean, but this is where it goes back to talking about healing in real time. Latest episode, Soda Whiskey Sour dropped today, and that's what it's titled. I'm talking to my homegirl that's a psychotherapist who also has she has an apothecary line and has candles, soaps, and all that. And we talk about the concept of healing in real time. And healing in real time is not pretty. It is not. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of accountability. It is a lot of days where you might sprawl out on the floor and just want to be stuck there and cry. But it requires a lot of you. But on the other side of that is something that's so dope and beautiful. And Chris Brown needs to, at least not for his kids, but he should really do it for himself.
Yeah. He should.
Because Chris Brown is talented. We not taking that from you. You taking that from you. That ain't us. You want let people to let it go? Do better. Grow the fuck up.
I mean, it really shouldn't even matter about his career right now. He needs to get himself
It
together
shouldn't.
on a straight up level and just get himself in a better place because the whole circumstance, it could been some fuckery all around. Fine, I'm with that. Chris Brown could be in the right in this situation.
Yeah.
But it's the idea that you are public enemy number one already.
Yep.
You don't get any slack.
You don't.
You shouldn't even be. You should like, cool. I don't fuck with her. Cool. She stay over there. Maybe I rap to her and call her up later on and be like, dude, what you come to my party for? And that's a whole nother issue.
Yep.
But
not our business.
It's the fact that people already know because I do be on some shit. I was gonna fight Soulja Boy a couple of years ago over blood.
Wait.
Remember that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me go to my list of the fuckery.
It's a list. It's so many instances.
I wrote a list. So you had the real shit. I'm gonna give you the nigga business he been in. You give
give us the nigga business.
Yeah, you gave the psychological, like the things that he doing wrong to women, and I'm giving you the nigga business that he's been involved in.
Here's the other thing too. You want to know other reason why Chris Brown probably also need therapy? Chris Brown mad at his mama.
Why?
The majority, yes, you have instances where you get into it with men, but it's not as frequent as women. The outburst per se, and maybe it stems from his mom staying in that abusive relationship with her boyfriend too long. Because a lot of people don't remember when he went on the Tyra Banks show, he talked about this, and this is prior to him getting with Rihanna, but he talked about how he used to be so scared when things would happen in the house. He was wetting the bed. Yeah. It's a lot of trauma that has happened to this boy. Hell, him and Rihanna. A lot of people. And people forget about that. So he has a history. And so he's probably still low-key angry because it indirectly, well, not even indirectly, it directly inflicted trauma upon him. And he's like, I'm a fucking kid. You looking at it?
I need for y'all to not be following Chris Brown mama like this. She got 442,000 followers. I need y'all to get a life and not be following his mama.
Okay, I used to follow Chris Brown mama, and I think she was following me on Twitter too, but then I couldn't take her typing in all caps no more. I'm like, why you
hold on, she typed in all caps?
She used to tweet in all caps, and I'm like, girl, turn the caps lock off. I'm tired of you yelling. But yeah. Mama, they all need therapy. And just like I said, for him to throw that, like her and him getting mad because she wanted him to stay in rehab longer and get help, and finally realizing that him throwing that brick out her window, shit. That told you what you needed to know right there. So he got too many yes people around him. He feeding too many people. Baby, the way I would go, he need to go get baptized.
So I have a list of the nigga business. You gave a great summation, Dom, of like all the different aspects of what he needs to do. Let's talk about the nigga business he's been involved in. Chris Brown, versus Soulja Boy.
Okay, Team Breezy. I'm Team Breezy, y'all. Don't be coming for me. Y'all can get at Daryl.
Y'all get at me. That's fine.
Don't get at him because I'll come for y'all too.
Yeah,
that's my bro.
So I'm saying that Chris Brown versus Soulja Boy. That was just, what year was that? 2017.
Why do I remember this? And why was 2017 wasn't fully a blur.
I don't know. I'm trying to Google again because I just wrote it down, like the stuff I'm trying to remember. They got into it because over something online. Don't
they have a song together? No, that's him.
No. Soulja Boy was getting into it, people, over him being a real true Pyru as well. And then it was a non-Pyru battle between Chris Brown and Soldier Boy, who aren't from Bompton, but were both saying they were from Bompton and they were real true Pyrus. And they were saying Soldier Boy was saying, "Come meet me in Bompton," aka Compton for my regular speaking people. And they were going to have a fight over who was the realer Pyru that wasn't from Compton. Then it became potentially a charity boxing match that never happened.
Yes,
Yes, I told Then you messed up the San Antonio Spurs, Chris Brown, fighting Drake in the club, threw a bottle, it hit Tony Parker. He was injured. He missed part of the playoffs. The San Antonio Spurs didn't win a championship that year.
Oh yes, because you remember that bottle. Okay, no, I don't think he threw whatever it was.
I'm just saying you was involved in it. I'm just saying what you were involved with the San Antonio Spurs not winning a championship.
You remember it took a piece of his chin out, like it was a chunk of Chris Brown's chin missing.
No, Tony Parker.
No, Chris Brown chin too.
Yeah, no, but Tony Parker got it bad though. He got like a bottle busted over him.
Damn.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Then it was another night where they was there. And I'm gonna tell you this. They was somewhere and like it was like the game or somebody, or was it and some like ultimately Chris Brown bodyguard got shot at like 1 Oak or something.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah,
dog. And it was certain people. I told people, I was like, look, it's certain people when they would walk in the club after experiencing some levels of chaos, when they would come, we was out. I was like, yeah, I ain't got time. Like it was one time we was at this club called Colony. It was a day party called, oh my God, Toxic. I miss those days. And it was like a fight, and it was like the game, and like a whole bunch of niggas, and it looked like, you know how when the Tasmanian devil fight, and but it was like instead of the smoke, it was like a ball of niggas, and that's what it was, and it was like moving like at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, and we like had to like dive out of the way,
right? Because that Tasmanian devil is just gonna whip you into it.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it was, and that's like that would happen, and I'm like, I'm too young to die and be caught in the crossfire of like other people's bullshit. So like game will walk into the, I'm like, nope, time to go. Not doing it.
Because it's almost wherever the game's at, it's gonna be something going down.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like that a lot. And then it was like another instance where something happened. Did you look at the thing about the bodyguard getting shot?
Yes, I'm looking.
Because I believe they were at 1 Oak out here. RP to 1 Oak.
He also got into a little thing with Tyler, the Creator.
And then he got into it with Tyson Beckford.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Bodyguard.
Yelling that damn girl name on them tracks. Karuchi.
Oh, him and his he got spit on too by somebody. God damn.
He got what?
He got spit on by somebody with his bodyguard. It said on something. Is it Big Pat?
Yeah, I think it was Big. Oh, I forgot about Big Pat. Yeah, Big Pat ain't been seen since then.
Moment shot. Chris Brown saw 5 people dug somebody. Oh wow. Yeah, dang. It was at a VMA party or something in 20.
Yep, it was at definitely. I remember that, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm so glad I ain't go out tonight." Like,
dang. I mean, if you just put this Chris Brown shooting in, there's like 12 different shootings in other random cities too around Chris Brown.
Wait, you remember okay, so this is not funny, but it's like, you remember that it's a video, viral video, Chris Brown like dancing, and he's like, "Ooh, they fighting over there," and then they start he like, yeah. They're like shooting. There's like people in this crowd.
This feel like the when they used to talk about rap tours back in the 80s, where like if you go to a Chris Brown concert, you're gonna have to gear up. You gotta be ready to go because it's gonna go down there. And it's supposed to be R&B, y'all. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves shooting at a goddamn Chris Brown concert.
Bobby Brown, do us a favor, call Chris Brown.
I mean, Chris, is that what would Chris?
He need friends like us.
I agree. He needs an Aquarius around him. Now, my question is he able to repair his career? What would it take for him to repair his career, period, where people will start like inviting him real places and he don't get like outlawed from the VMAs to do Michael Jackson stuff?
I feel like Chris Brown, I wouldn't say necessarily take, I think he would have to take, Chris Brown just turned, well, his birthday was last week. So what Chris Brown, if I'm 36, I think Chris Brown either turned 35. Yeah. I think he turned 35 or he either turned 34 or 35.
To Chris?
Yeah.
See, I think he's
30. So
or 35.
Ideally, I would say he would need to probably go off
34.
grid.
He's 34.
He 34?
He just turned 34 this week.
That's what I was like. I couldn't remember. I knew it was 34 or 35. Yeah. So he's too old to be acting like this. So Chris Brown probably really need to go off the grid and not like it's one thing that you will see him out shopping or whatever. He might do a show here and there. But Chris Brown probably really needs to lay low till he turned 37.
Ooh. That's what I said. So he needs to take 2 years off, 2 or 3 years off.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years. He needs to take 3 years off.
And do Christmas albums.
Okay, sure. I don't know if I need another sex Christmas song.
No, I'm talking he got to do pure, like he need to be doing like chestnuts roasting. I'm talking he's got to do like a classic.
Yeah, I think he needs to
like
because he always, and then when you drop an album, you be dropping albums with 60 songs, my nigga. Like
right, no, he need to do a Nat King Cole in a suit, standing with a whole bunch of white people dancing in the background, ice skating, like Christmas album.
I hate you. But no, I'm honestly, I don't want him to do none of that. I want him to work, per se. Maybe, and if he worked, it would have to be, it might be like a Tubi movie or something, possibly. But
I do want to talk about that on next episode, Tubi movies.
Okay, and I think that because like I think he really needs just to chill after this. Like with everything that has just happened, all this chaos, confusion, turmoil that has happened in the past weekend, where he needed a reset, and I would hope really. I know niggas don't want to go to therapy, but he need help. He needs to talk to somebody, unpack all of that shit and let it go. And if you are bipolar or schizophrenic, whatever the case may be, get your medication, change your diet, and live right. Because to me, it's like we can't keep like it be these periods of times, and like we said, like he's an easy target. Where it's like he good and nothing happens, but then when it rains, it pours. And so I think it's time for him to like really do like a reset and really take a step back and evaluate his life. Because if not, it's gonna be some headlines that's gonna be shocking.
Man, Chris, get you some help, brother.
Get some help. Like it's not this like, and we're not saying this to make fun of you or whatever, but we're like, hey, we recognize your talent. You could be a treasure. I mean, and nobody's blocking you from getting money because you sold out a world tour. You know what I mean? So stop saying that. Stop saying that. Like you have loyal fans. Like you have a fan base, but we get sick of the shit. Okay, we tired. we tired. We exhausted. And you know, I know they tell us to separate stuff from the music. We tired. We tired of trying.
I mean, we already did it with R. Kelly and Trey Songz, and we had to let them niggas go.
Had to let them go. And it was no problem for me to let them go because it wasn't like I was the hugest fan anyway of their work. Like both of them have like 2 songs that I like.
I won't say that about R. Kelly.
I'm saying that about R. Kelly.
But I will say that about Trey Songz for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, he has one album that I listen to front to back.
I've never listened to a Trey Songz album.
Only the Trigger album with the...
Never. I've never listened to one top to bottom in my life. And I mean my life, my whole life.
Hey, I ain't got to hear that yodeling. Okay? Like,
Is he from Virginia too?
He got me with
Is he from Virginia too?
Huh?
Isn't he from Virginia too?
Mm-hmm. It's something in the water in
Oh,
Virginia.
just
Shout out to Pharrell.
I know the Virginia cats be like, dang man, we just rolling these dice.
Yeah, they gonna have to figure it out. He gonna have to figure it out because we it's only so long we can deal with that. We tired. It's done.
Well, man, thank y'all for listening to our emergency episode. We'll be back next week with our normal musings. Hopefully, Chris Brown will get into another fight this weekend, and we have to come back with something else.
Rest in peace to Low, man. He was a really cool cat, really nice.
You knew dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, to that brother. I don't know you, brother, but I don't want no brothers getting caught up in the game at all. But
yeah,
man. But Don, where can people hit you up at?
Yeah, new episode Whiskey Sour dropped today. And we talk about May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so like I said, I have my homegirl Crystal on the show Psychotherapist, and we talk about a lot of stuff. Talk about her business and how she was able to weave her being a psychotherapist and having an apothecary line together to be able to actually give back to Compton, where she's from, where they provide services, help pay for kids like that need therapy in school, like that need counseling and all that stuff. So allowing kids the space to really just be, because life be life, and life is hard for kids too, and so that dropped today. We set up the candles. St-Angeles.com. We have the code Aquarius at checkout, as well as our show.
Yep.
And subscribe to my YouTube. I'm halfway to my followers.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I see the numbers growing.
1,000, and trying to create like new ideas and concepts for y'all. And while having fun, like just being able to be my authentic, true self, because I'm crazy, as y'all can see. Other episodes.
Y'all didn't go over and watch our Married at First Sight review, and especially the first 20-30 seconds with Dom with this wig on. I just need y'all to just blow this up. She had to take it off. She was looking like Donna Summers circa 82, or Whitney Houston circa 83, 84, or Diana Ross circa 79.
Ever. But it's
it was like I really want to dance with somebody.
Yeah, but that's the cool thing too, is that being able, I'm honestly like been working out, been trying to be really consistent with it, and sometimes doing like, even if it's like I've been doing yoga, I haven't gotten in the gym. The gym is not an easy thing for me to go to, because me and y'all are creeps, and there are women, there's an all women gym that's not far, but y'all want $1 million. So
they put a premium on that shit for your ass.
It's a premium. And I was like,
I would do that too. That's a smart business idea.
Yeah, but so I'm just trying to really work on that. And even like last night, like, so I did yoga in the morning, and then did like 10-minute abs at night. Oh my God. And then like I did yoga this morning, and I was trying to like plank on my side, and then I just fell. And I was like, all I can do is laugh at myself. Just trying to give myself more grace, be more kind and gentle with myself. But yeah, that's all I got going on, y'all.
Yeah, well, we'll be back. And yeah, man, thank y'all for listening. We had to come back with this one on y'all. It was just, and then Dom's a big Chris Brown fan. She was like, we got to do an emergency episode.
So Team Breezy, you hear that? I am a big fan. Don't be coming for us.
I mean, like, we are. Like I said, I only like 2 songs.
Huh?
They can come from me. Well, we found out like 4 Chris Brown songs post Rihanna.
Honestly, it's like we're being solution based. We're being our true, authentic Aquarius self, and we have a solution to the problem, and it's Bobby Brown.
And he's an Aquarius.
Bobby Brown and Aquarius? I don't remember that.
February 12th.
Bobby Brown and me do not have the same birthday.
Yes.
You a lie. Look it up.
I'm dead ass. Good Google. I'm not playing.
I'm on my phone right now. I don't have my laptop.
Hold on. I will. Oh, I'm gonna share my screen.
No one has ever said that to me, and I feel like I posted years ago
February
about
5th. My bad. He's February 5th. He's February 5th.
How did I miss that? Oh,
I thought you.
we gotta
I,
get
I
okay.
remember the
Let
one
me,
time I
okay,
met Bobby
listen.
Brown. He came to one of my parties. I don't know if you remember. They had a tour. This is like
I
it was
don't
like
remember
when,
because I wasn't there because I would have been there for Bobby Brown.
we didn't know he was coming. It was at Nectar, the old Nectar. We had a
I
party
don't
at
think I've
night,
been
and
to
they had
any
a
of the
concert
parties
at
at
night.
Nectar.
Huh?
I don't think I came to any of the parties at Nectar
Oh,
then.
this is like 07, 08.
Which is weird because I would still be in St. Louis.
Yeah,
So.
no, you were here in St. Louis, and he had a concert night, and it rained, and a lot of people didn't come because it rained. But people came there. He came there, and me and him he was like, it was my birthday. It was like the next week. I was like, yo, we got this around the same birthday, and we talked for like two seconds or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm on the 5th.
Okay.
I remember saying that.
Okay. Well, let's put in an interview request to get him on the show. So then I would say Bobby Brown. I was like, okay, I just need to fangirl for a second, right? Because I was supposed to meet you when I worked this gifting suite, and you didn't come, and I thoroughly felt sad. And I would call Lucretia, I would call my mama, and she would tell you, even as a kid, I was like, I'm gonna marry Bobby Brown. Now, did that happen? No, and it's okay because you have a beautiful family or whatever, you know. But don't be cruel, Bobby. Like you had a hold on me.
Look, I was a big Bobby Brown. I saw the movie Ghostbusters 2 just because he was in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was on that soundtrack.
And he was in there 3 seconds. 3 seconds. I wouldn't say I was gonna see Ghostbusters regardless. Let me take that back. But it was more impetus for me to go see it sooner. Because it was one scene, he opened up the door for the Ghostbusters at the space. I mean, y'all the Ghostbusters? That was it. No more Bobby Brown the whole movie.
Man, we love you, Bobby Brown.
We love you. We love you.
But we gonna see y'all here next
Yes.
week.
Peace, y'all.